the last set, Eddie, that came in and played for the World Cup, will come back. Trust me, they will come back.
Yeah,
And more too.
definitely. Yeah.
And more. And more. I'm not saying, it's like we're saying, the 98 team, they did what they had to do. We couldn't say carry them, bring them back. They have girls who will come in. So if none of those girls want to come, so what? So what? Not even Bonnie Shaw. If she want to come, so what? Bonnie Shaw won't score a goal in the World Cup yet.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah. All right, fans, welcome back to another episode of the Off the Bench podcast. Today, I'm joined by a very special guest, as you can see, Coach Vin Blaine. Coach, how you doing? Happy New Year, and how's the family and everything?
Happy New Year to you, to Eddie. Family good. Everything's great. Can't complain.
All right, you're here basically for two things. One of them, I must say, big congrats on your new role in football. Tell the Jamaican fans about what you've been up to.
Well, I think on the last show you had, I mentioned that I was going to be going someplace, but I didn't mention it in where.
Yeah.
Actually back to an island that I was before, U.S. Virgin Islands. There I started in December. So I'm their director of football. That's the role I'm with. It's the same role that I had when I was there before. The difference is that I know I'm afforded the freedom to really improve the game here. The last time I wasn't given that freedom. I was here, but I didn't feel that I was getting anything done because I think the previous president was like micromanaging. And I could have sat down and just collect money, Eddie, and do nothing. But I that's not what I was here for. So I resigned, and no, back the new president that came on August, and they wanted me. He wanted me back, so I'm here now. Just settling. I like projects. Like when I go to countries, I like to adapt projects and see how much I can improve on the game. So that's what I did. I did it in Grenada, and I plan to do it here also.
All right, cool. And so you currently will be living in the Virgin Islands?
Yeah. I'm living here now.
Oh, and how is the state of football there? Leagues
But
playing.
huh?
How's the state? As in, they have leagues going on there now?
No, well, that's the trouble. That's the trouble. They would have nine. They have not only. I think they have 9 clubs presently, trying to improve it, make it to 10. It's not that many people. So I think 9 was stressing it also. I think they have plans to go to 10, but if it was up to me, I'd take it down to 8 because they don't have the resources here. The level is not that good, to be honest with you, but there's a lot of potential here. It's just I don't think the preparation over the years was doing it in the justice to the game here. I had about 4 sessions that came. I came on the 19th of December, and on the 21st I hit the ground running. I had training sessions with some young under 14 and under 15 girls and boys, because the under 15 girls play this year in IMG CONCACAF competition. So, and what I saw, I was pleased with, because they can see that they were enthusiastic to learn. They wanted to learn, and I see them doing well when the next by the time they get to the championships in IMG, I think they're going to do well.
When you were announced, the FA said that you come with bags of experience, knowledge, and passion.
Mm-hmm.
How do you continue to have that drive, at such a young age?
Well, Eddie, whenever you do something, I think you should put everything into it. I don't, as I said before, when I was here, I was never given the opportunity to do what I wanted to do or what I brought to the table here.
Right.
And I resigned. I was getting paid. I was okay. But if I came to do something and I think I was being stepped over for whatever reason. And I decided that wasn't for me. So my drive when I get as I really, really, really enjoy developing football. I did it with Harborview. When I came back to Jamaica, when I returned to Jamaica in the early I think it was 90s, late 90s, and I was the girls team Jamaica Harborview was getting 15 love and 16 love. I remember seeing a game with them against UAE, and they asked me to take the team, and my role was to change it around. And within the year, we were beating teams. The only team that time could give us trouble with Barbican and sometimes Portmore Strikers. You know, I took that team, we win Premier League, won 5 straight knockout competitions. You know, so it's the same. And just like when I went to UA Girlz, University of the West Indies, for those who might not know, listen to your podcast. It's they won everything the year when I had them for 10 years. And they won everything. They won intercal, they won try university competitions, they won everything. You know, so I take pride in developing a program and getting success with it. That's basically, you know, what makes me feel good. And give me the drive to really go on.
Right. And you spoke about development. You know, what are your other goals that you have for this football program?
Well, my role, my job covers everything technical, from referees to facilities to developing all the teams. The only team I don't get really involved with is the senior team, or are the senior teams, men and women. You know, but even then, I will prepare them as far as coaching goes. You know, and also my role is to oversee the program as far as developing the coaches. I believe that, and I do believe that in a country where you have female football, you should have females around the team, giving the coaches, the young coaches, a chance. It don't make sense. We do coaching courses all around the country. Jamaica is a typical example now, which is why I'm so disappointed in the way coaching education is happening there. You have all these coaches around with a C license and a B license, and they have no way to coach. You know, and the females, I know they brought in a couple ladies coaching at one point, but I don't think they are given the opportunity to really develop as coaches around the national program. And if you notice, if they might bring in 2, and then you have others out there who have been coaching a long time ago. In my time, coaches from female coaches who coach schools and all that are not given the opportunity to. You know, I had a program when I was there as a technical director. I call it a guest coach program. I used to bring in coach, and a couple of these coaches that are there now, Meron Garden, Xavier Gilbert, David and Ferguson, all came in through that program that I started, but it's no longer there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that you should give some of the school coaches an opportunity to see how the national program runs, because they're the ones sometimes they're criticizing the national program, don't know what happens there. So I think the more we bring in those coaches, expose them to how the national program or they operate, you know, I think they'll get a better understanding of how they should run their program. Hopefully the national program is running good, you know.
All right. Touch a little bit locally, you know,
Hmm.
and the big news broke 2 days ago. All right,
Hmm.
Cedella Marley stepping down.
Yeah.
What was your immediate reaction first, and how will this affect football?
Well, I predicted that just before the World Cup finished. I said she's gonna resign.
Mm,
And anyone who has spoken can testify to that. I believe she should have left. I think she has done what she, well, in the last, from my time, from me getting involved with what happened here, I think it was a toxic relationship between the JFF and her and the girls. Regardless of, it doesn't matter who was in power. New Gen Sec and the same thing continued. So I had predicted that she would have resigned. So it wasn't any news. Well, it wasn't any surprise to me. It was news, but not surprising to me that she did. But I expected it. How will it affect the game in Jamaica? Contrary to what other people are thinking, I think it can do better. I think it can affect the game. No, listen.
Really?
It's very,
Really?
yeah. Let me tell you why.
Even with her, with the amount of money that she was able to pump in the program,
How do we
where will
know?
that come? No.
How do we know how much money she had pumped in the program? You get me? That's what the JFF should have come out, and JFF has to be transparent to see. No one knows how much money she pumped into the program. The only people just
I heard
assume.
figures what near 3 million made
Yeah,
over
but
time. That's what I heard.
who gave that information? Did the JFF give that information?
No.
Right. So unless GFF can come with something on the record and figure that show this is what was spent into the in the program. But apart from going to the World Cup doesn't make our football good in Jamaica. It shows within the men's national team from 1998. Right. I'm saying now that Cedella is out of the picture, I think now the JFF must pay attention to developing the women's game in Jamaica now. Because all we were concentrating how many World Cup we're going to go to. As I said, I think I said in the last show you had, right? The legacy of the president, when he leaves, he's going to say, oh, I go to 2 World Cup. When the girls went to 2 World Cup under my presidency.
Under my tenure, yeah.
But ask him, how many girls have developed that can walk into his national team from our local program? None. If you look at the World Cup, the same 5 girls that were there from 2019 are there now. When we were placed in a situation when the girls strike, and we go for a team to go to Chile, and we go for a team to go to
the quality wasn't good enough.
Yeah. How many local girls were in that senior team? How many? We have to go for all the overseas players again. If we had a vibrant development program going on, we'd have easily found girls to represent us. Right? We were placed in a situation where we had 2 teams. One had to go to Chile, and the other one, where the other ones played? Guatemala, I remember.
Yeah.
But
the clash, the Gold Cup and the Panam.
Yeah. And the Panam thing, we go for some girls that were playing me from 2006. They stopped playing. So we just draw on these girls to go to Chile. One girl play 1 game and injured for the rest of the time. You know, and we don't have a program. We don't. Cedella did what she had to do. And I think she brought some, she brought something to the program. Don't know much, I'm not defending how much money she spent, I don't know. But I also think the influence they had on those girls, right? My disappointment with her, if I was to say one, is that I think she has them so close to her that I think she could have encouraged them to play the Gold Cup, win and go to the Gold Cup, and sort out the differences behind the scenes. I think that could have happened. And that's my own disappointment that the girls took a position that went against Jamaica. And some people out there are saying, yeah, the girls must do that. But they must also understand the girls were talking some things that were not true. But nobody addressing that. You know? So I believe that 2 things. Remember I said in the last show, I believe that the JFF shouldn't have got with their lawn at that time, if they had intentions to. And the girls should have decided they're gonna go. We'll go because the team don't need a lot of coaching, you know, to play in this competition. It's just management on the team and the girls' mental state. That's all it needed. You don't need to when you have a team like Man City and those teams. what they're gonna do is work in the thing, and then they're going to just put the team out there. I don't think we need a lot of things with this team to beat the team that we played against. But I won every game for the World Cup, right? Make your mark. Now you have more. You have more. No, you can know our bargaining. You have more bargaining rights. Right? We qualify the team. Let us talk. What is and just come to the table and speak the truth. I don't believe they were speaking the truth. The whole thing from what the information I know, and I heard it myself about this GoFundMe and you have to pay them. And that's not true. That was not true. So I put a blame on the girls. I put a blame on the people around them that they could have actually, say, girls, listen, go play. Let's just get this thing out of the way, right? And then we can get back to talking. Simple. GFF has no obligation to London to keep him, but I believe the timing was wrong. If you're gonna get rid of London just came out of World Cup. They did well. The team was on a high. Give him the opportunity to stay with the girls because we knew about this competition before. It's not like the competition came up and you said boom. But if you knew you were going to get rid of London, you should have made plans, right? The girls approached it wrong because they made it look like they should control the staff, they should control who the medical people are. But that's wrong. They can't go to their clubs and do that. I said the last time you showed too. They can't go to their club and say that, Eddie, we're not coming to your club unless we know who the coaches and who the medical staff is. So I just think they took the wrong approach. But mixed in with Jamaica, GFF have to take a little blame for that too. But I want to explain. Let me just say one more thing before you ask me another question. Not saying that. Look at what I'm saying. The people look at what I'm saying. When we had the Cedella Marley and the foundation and the girls, senior team, we were concentrating solely on those girls, And remember the national team, the girls' national team that went to the World Cup have 95% of girls that wasn't born in Jamaica. I have no problem with it. I said before, I have no problem with that. What I have the problem with that we sacrificed the development of the game in Jamaica because we go to the World Cup. Now we go to 2 World Cup. Let us see what we can do. I predict also that these girls won't come back. I could predict that 90% girls won't come back.
I was going to ask her that further down. Because
I don't think they're going to come back.
There has been a lot of rumors that some of these girls will be going into early retirement from the national game.
Yeah, but some of them will age out so they can resign.
Yeah, naturally,
but the young ones, that Jody Brown and thing, I worry about that Jody Brown who's so young, right? Being influenced not to represent our country, the same country who put her where she is.
That's what I'm saying. The younger girls, especially those in college, I think they should be playing because they want the big contract. They're still in school. They're not professional players as yet.
No.
So I didn't like the fact that those girls especially were going on strike.
Yeah.
You can understand the Bunny Shaws and so on that are professionals.
Yeah, well, they don't like to hear it, but all of those local girls, not the ones from Arsenal and this place, all the local girls are where they are today because of our local Sherman Williams competition. And the opportunity they got to come into the national program. That's what put them where they are. College is not going to come after you because they don't see you. Right? They saw all these girls playing and they like what they saw and they were called into their program and that's what they elevate them to where they are now. So that's my concern that they'll foolishly decide not to play. And it's the young ones I'm talking because the last set, Eddie, that came in and played for the World Cup will come back. Trust me, they will come back. And more too.
Yeah.
And more. I'm not saying, it's like we're saying the 98 team, they did what they had to do. We couldn't say carry them, bring them back. They have girls who will come in. So if none of those girls want to come, so what? So what? Not even Bunny Shaw. If she won't come, so what? Bunny Shaw won't score a goal in the World Cup yet.
Yeah.
Right? So what's the deal? She's a figure for our program, yes. Right? But the girls that came in, they score in every single game from open play. They will come back. Those girls will come back. So what we have to do is concentrate on building that team. Building the team now. concentrate on getting back to the grassroots. So we're going to develop our young players in a national program, female program in Jamaica. That's why I say, no, this to me that it was a distraction. No, that's distraction out of the way. We can now concentrate on getting the program back and
But
running in Jamaica.
I have to say this though, because persons will kill me. Playing a little bit of devil's advocate. I understand that it's important for us to develop the league, but many players will say, look, we have a lot of persons, a lot of players out there in the diaspora that can easily come in and has, better
Hmm.
quality.
Yeah,
So what say you about that? Because if we can go to US and get players, go to England and get
yeah,
players,
yeah.
many persons might
Eddie,
say, look, we don't
yeah,
necessarily need a local league. But what would you
right.
say to that?
But it happens in the Premier League, men's Premier League. We still have a
Yeah.
Premier League.
Right.
But you see, what I want the nations to take a look at is that we don't necessarily mean we want to develop a senior program. Right? Jody Brown came in the program and she was 12 years old out of a grassroots program. Jody Brown, the youngest player in the World Cup in 2019. Right? And she's a good player. I think she's one of the better players on the team, regardless, technically and everything, speed
Technically,
wise,
yeah.
technically gifted.
Opportunities. I think I know where you're going with that. Opportunities. You're going to give
Yeah,
opportunities to girls.
yeah. So what I'm saying is that let us look at our development program. When I was technical director there, and I said to people, and the present coaches that were there now wanted to bring in 17 under 17 players. I'll get back to you. But I'm saying there was a quota. I said to him, okay, for the under 15 team, you only can bring in at least the maximum you can bring in on the national under 15 team were 5 overseas players, maybe less, 5 overseas players, right? Because we have to give our young ladies a chance to develop and expose them to international play. Then I went to the 17s and I said 17s you can bring in, I think it was, if I had 7, but I had incremental inclusion, right? But I remember when the coaches took over, they wanted to bring 17 girls to the under 17 play. And I said, no. I said, hell no. Right? So we had, and when you realize, it's our local players who made them advance, born and bred in Jamaica, them score and advance them, and then they don't play them the next game again. Right? Because they came, as I tell you, they came, and one thing they said, Eddie, I don't know if I'd mentioned this, they said, Human is Lown Donaldson in a meeting said, when they were asked why were they bringing in so many overseas players, their answer in a meeting was that the Jamaicans weren't fit. And my question to them was, every time that you advance in a competition, is a Jamaican score for you? And I asked them a second question and they couldn't answer it. I said, if you have 10 players, unfit players that are scoring for you, and you have 10 fit players that are not scoring, which 10 you want?
Yeah,
You can
simple.
answer that.
Simple.
Yeah,
Give me the
simple.
unfit. Give me the unfit players.
Right? So I'm saying, no, let us get back to, every program I go on, Eddie, I say this. Our female program, our girls program in Jamaica facilitates our girls to get scholarships. Right? We have a lot of Bunny Shaw. Bunny Shaw is the one out there playing international football from Jamaica. The rest of them will play international from different countries, born in Canada, born in the UK. Right? So we have to prepare our girls to get a scholarship to better themselves. Right? There are a lot of players that came through my hands that are overseas now doing whatever. Right? So we must understand we can't step back and say, oh, we'll go to the World Cup. And Cedella man did this for the country and that for the country because we went to the World Cup. Yeah, we did that. Kudos to her. Kudos to the team. But what the underlying problem is that we don't have a development program that can allow young ladies to go through school, go to college, get a degree. And not everybody, Eddie, how many players leave Jamaica and go away and come back do nothing? Good players from Manning Cup and the Costa Cup and has achieved nothing. Because football not going to take all of them straight through sometimes, but that education will help them. So that's my take.
Yeah, man. Well said. Going back to Cedella, You know,
Mm-hmm.
the girls, if you go on Instagram, you see the girls posting all the good work that she did, you know, especially for them and the program. But, you know, I don't know if you mind telling us about some of the negatives because you don't sound as thrilled about her
No,
input.
no, the negatives to me. All right, the girls are really, really into Cedella, and no doubt she fought for them. No doubt. She behind the scenes, she earned the respect of the JFF, right? But in doing so, I think as a mother, let's put her as a mother for the girls. You can also take out the good things, and I'm not saying she wasn't doing it. I'm not saying no, not knowing, right? You must take out the good things and say, okay, guys, that was wrong. Yeah, we know we want to achieve certain, but let's just approach it this way, right? And I think there would be a better balance. That's my take on it. There would be a better balance. There was a situation when I was there when I was being blamed for allowing the game to be played, the game against Damrep to be played at Savannah Park. And I know, right? I'm suggesting, let me use that word, I'm suggesting that a conversation took place with them, right? And they came back at me. When before they even came to Jamaica, I advised them that the game would be playing at Savannah Park and the reason why it had to be played there. But so I don't know if there's a balance between information that to say, okay, let's pull back on this, let's do that. I don't know if there was such a thing. Um, I could never say that she didn't bring some interest to the women's game. Of course she did. The world knew about the girls. But the first thing they lead off with, every single person lead off with, Cedella Mali. It's not about what the girls achieve. It's Cedella Mali program, bam, bam, bam. So that's good. I can't say any negative. The only one negative I said and I'm assuming I don't know what kind of conversation they had with JFF, but I believe knowing the hold that she had over them and the relationship they had with her, I believe that if she came out and said, "Girls, listen, cut it. Let's go play this one tournament, and then we can take on the JFF after." I think they would have come. That's my say. But I don't know if she had conversation. I can't say she had her, she didn't. I'm just saying that
Mm.
I know from the relationship I know them they had with her. I believe that she strongly came out. If she didn't, if she
Mm.
strongly came out and said, "Listen, let's just go to the Gold Cup. Let's win the gold and show them what we can do, and let's just finish up." Right? And I think also if she had maybe their discussion with them about lawn. I don't know what lawn thing came out. I just know that it's a wrong move, and it proved it.
Yeah, man, definitely. And big up to Lauren. He's now the head coach of the
Yeah,
Chicago
yeah, yeah,
in the
yeah,
women's
yeah.
league in the USA.
Hmm.
So
And see,
kudos
the
to him.
program benefit everyone.
Mm.
Benefit him because if he wasn't with the Reggae Girls and what he did, he wouldn't have gotten that job. So
Exactly.
I hate when I hate when people come against things that make them better. Right? You must big up the GFF to hire you. You must big up the program to be there. Right? He was in how long in America was coaching at the one at Colorado. How many,
Mm.
how many, how many years? And I am proud of it because at least if the other coaches coming up can see if you do well, you will be rewarded, right? So
Exactly.
he set an example, and I'm proud of that. Like I said before, he did well in the World Cup. My only
Mm.
thing I thought he could have won the game against Colombia with some adjustments. I still believe that, and I said, and I've not seen Denisha then for a while, but she might be mad with me when I say that. Then is not a left back, and
Really?
every game that we lose like that comes through her
So
side.
where would you have played then?
I play her left midfield. I will play her left midfield, or I play an attacking winger in a 4-3-3 formation. You
Mm.
check when she gets up there, how she goes past quickly. She's quick enough,
Yeah, she does well. Yeah,
and she
going forward.
crosses the ball good to the back
Right.
post. Right. So I believe that they could have shift around. The young Swedish sister could have played left, right? And you'd have a good different back, and then she would come back and help her too. She's quick enough to come back and help her, but her responsibility would be more 60% attacking and 40% defending. Because we never had anyone who can reach up there quick enough to give Bunny the ball. You know, Jody was playing below, but Jody is a different type of player than Denisha. You know, Denisha is quicker than Jody. Flat out speed. You know, but
without the ball. Without the ball.
Huh?
Without the ball.
Without the ball, yeah, without the ball.
Yeah.
Denisha, Jody has more technical skill than anybody on the team.
Yeah, by far. She's the most technical. She will beat 2-3 players easily.
Yeah,
when she's
but
on her game.
She was playing too far from Bunny. Because when Bunny knows to play off her, right? She was too far away from Bunny. But Denisha does not know the fundamental of a left back. But Denisha turns her back to her mark and looking where the ball is and the player is. And by the time she react, that ball come kick her. That's what the goal against Columbia scored. She'll never score. I think if Don had made an adjustment, they'd have gone to the other round.
But coach, she's always been a left back. Since I know her. Where was she playing before?
Janice played midfield, left midfield. When Janice came, I brought Janice in the program. She was never a left back.
Wow.
Never a left back.
Oh,
they
converted. Did she play her left back under you?
No.
So when was she converted?
When she went to the senior team. If she converted before when she was at the club, I don't know, or to college. Because I know college coaches switch them around because depending on what they have. I know that. But in the national program, when she was young, then she came in the national program, she was 14 plus. I can't remember the exact day when I brought her in when we were playing a game at the park. Our coach wouldn't bring her in, and I insist that he put her on the field, and she killed them. Right? And then that's where she get our stint in the national team. Right? And she never looked back. But she never was a left. If she was a left back, and I might let she would play better than that. I tell you that. Because she know how she should position herself and play. But nobody took the chance, time to coach the defense. I was told by these president girls that when I did my first session, that's a good coach because we never work on defense from 2019 right up. They are the ones that tell me that. I never tell them that. But I know it wasn't there. You know, I know it. She wasn't being taught. You know, and she can make up if the ball is that midfield and coming across. She can make up by running down. But where it is in front of the 18-yard box is going to be very difficult for her to get back quickly. Because she tried, but the girl did very well to score.
Yeah. That was a good goal.
Yeah, man.
All right. The last time we spoke last year, we had hoped that there would be some form of resolution as it relates to the girls and the JFF. Do you see some form of solution anytime soon? We don't have any games slated for this year.
I'm hearing through the grapevine that the day that Cedella resigned, that a meeting was planned. I'm not sure if that is true. But
I heard that too. Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. But resolution wise, I think that horse might have gone through the gate. Because now Cedella is gone, I don't think the girls are even really, I don't think so. I predicted that she left, that Cedella will resign. Because I see no reason why she should stay, based on what was happening, right? And now that she has left, I believe that 80% of the girls will leave. I believe that. That's it, boy. They're not going to represent the country again. But I don't know what to believe. I'm not a fly on the wall to listen to what's happening with the Gen Sec and what's happening in the meetings. And one person said they get all the money already. Next person said they'll get the money, and and it goes on. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, man. And we're hearing the dirty laundry in social media. The girls say, "Oh, it's JFF posting things on social media." When it's them started, they are the ones that posting everything on the social media. You go on a platform like Ian Wright, who is worldwide known, and they listen to him, and you're going to talk about what type of money you use to go to the World Cup. and you know it's not true. You know, you make it look worse than your country. That is something I never liked. You know, but I hear shows drawn up about it, so I don't know. But I don't think any resolution will take place. I think that's what I'm saying, Eddie. We need to look at the present set of girls that played for the World Cup. Bring in those that who want to return from the last set of girls that go to World Cup, and say they can build a program around the senior team, and then concentrate on developing the youngsters from 15 to 20. You know, 15 to 17 really. You know, look at them under 15.
That's on like a plan. That's on like a plan.
Yeah, Eddie. When I was there, the parish associations were giving money. Right? I'm going to tell you this. We used to get there's a certain sum that is given from FIFA, and there's a certain sum that is given from CONCACAF. Right? When the last not my crickets, when Captain was there and Horace Reed were there, we gave money to the parishes for youth development. Right? There are girls out there who can play. I came to Jamaica the other day, and you had the girls football thing going on. I was in Manchester and I saw them playing. Every parish can have a girls team, right? And you put certain things in place to make sure it runs properly. And you have people in Jamaica who are scouts, train them to be scouts, show them what you want, let them go to the different parishes. You can put one person in two parishes that respond for two parishes. One coach or a talent ID person that in charge with two parishes. And his responsibility is to go to games and select players and bring them bring all of them together in one parish, and you play it. And then you can play a parish competition, then pick out the best. But there's no plan. There are no plans down there for that. Right? And when you do that, I say to you again, I tell people all the time, we had brokered a deal with Digicel for grassroots. And the grassroots used to go to one parish every single month. That thing was for 3 years. Digicel sponsored it for 3 years. And that's why I tell you, Jody Brown and a couple of other players got into the national program. But Jody Brown stand out really. But when Jody, if that wasn't happening in their parish, St. Anne, you'd never hear about Jody Brown, because Jody Brown was not in the school. Mm-hmm. Her school never had a girls team. So the only reason we saw her is because we had this grassroots. Yeah. So Andre Virtue was the person in charge, was the manager of the grassroots program. Mm-hmm. Right? And it's no longer there. So we don't have anything to say. I mean, you have the boys, the Costa Cup, and under 14 and under 16 in the schools. Yeah, so you have a number of boys. So, but still, yet, back then, when football was started girls football was started in Jamaica, as I said, I think it's on your program. I said it. We used to play the finals and semifinals at the stadium. That time, Woolman's was doing very well, right? Nicola Bell was one of the stars in them times. You have girls who I coach at UE that play for them too, right? Diane, oh God, she came me from English. Diana English, she's a doctor now, right? So she played with Nicola Bell at Wilmer's, and then she went to UE, and I coached her there in the UE women's team, and she's now a top doctor in the US, right? But we don't have that again. Where we must, as I said, not consider on what she did for Jamaica. I'm saying no, that we kind of want to focus off of that, right, and bring it down to earth, back to the grassroots there, where we can identify good players. I saw the coach bringing two from Excelsior, little one in number 7, right? She's a good player, but she has not got the opportunity to play. There's no she playing a competition in Jamaica when the team Excelsior the club should play for giving other people 15, 16 love. What kind of development? You and I can play in that league at my age, because stamp and knock a ball too.
Yeah, she need to move up another level.
Yes, man. You need to, so as I said, good things can come from Cedella's resignation, because I don't think the the focus will be so much on the Reggae Girlz senior team now, right? It's going to take a little it's going to kind of peter down a bit. Use this transitional period to bring back the build the program. And I repeat, and people don't understand, because some young people who don't understand the thing, they won't look at this World Cup that we achieved. Oh, we did well. We did well. Yeah, we did well. But if you're 21 and 22, you don't know anything what happened in the past about the game being developed, right? We have to get it where we can now say, all these girls must get a scholarship. 2006, Eddie, when I took the team to were in Mexico or Los Angeles, Los Angeles were playing off, and the Canada girls came down here, and the Mexican girls came down here with their laptop. We were doing as playing cards, couldn't can anything. Girls weren't there, and I made a vow that whenever the next time around, our girls going to be prepared to get scholarships, and it happened. One girl from the team never got a scholarship because of some travel difficulties. Right? We have girls out there now in big jobs from it. Look about them family. I was at a field in Florida the other day, and a father came to me and shake me hand. I got his daughter a scholarship as a goalkeeper, right? And she could bring up her family. She married, have a family from education. So I don't want us to lose what is it all about. It's not about just going to the World Cup. Our female program, and I keep on saying that to everybody answered, our young female program in Jamaica is to afford the young girls to get a scholarship and go. Because they don't even have to be a Division 1 school. They can go to college, they can go to a community college and get 2 years, they get associate degree and move to a 4-year college if I'm playing well. Right? When I was in Grenada, I did one such thing with one. The same girl that scored against us in the World Cup when I coached the team. I took her off the streets, sent her to a college where our own Jamaican captain was a coach there, right? And she went on, she did well. They recruited her from that school and bring her to a Division 2 college. And she's back in Grenada playing for the senior team now, and she's doing very well. So we have to look at it that way, Eddie. We have to look at what are the objectives of a program like that. You can have session, but what is the objective of the program? And don't forget it. Don't talk about World Cup. World Cup will happen if the players are developed properly. But right now, scholarship.
All right, coach. One last thing though, with the situation with Cedella, how, if any, will it affect the upcoming election? Will it affect Mike chances, or
I don't think so, because everybody knew what was happening. Remember, Mike leaned towards her. Mike can lean towards her, regardless of what they were having back and forth with him, right? Mike leaned towards him, and if you notice that even Anderson, he had somebody at his launch who was strictly Cedella. Anaji Bell, that's Cedella person that works with Cedella. He moves around her. So you don't know who it is. I don't think it will affect. I think the vote, it's his voting, So if it was me and you voting, because I say, boy, I'm not voting because it makes Cedella resign. But she has nothing to do with it. She had nothing to do with it. I think that the fact that she was there all along through his tenure, I don't think it affected. I don't think so. But let us see. You never know. Voting, say it's politics that, And then I can't tell you I'm going to vote for you. I'm going to vote for you. But when they are voting, it happened right here in Virgin Islands that some people thought they were going to win. And the day the person switched on them. So I don't know. I don't care who comes in, as long as they have a vision with women's football. Because it's harder to get sponsorship for the female game than the boys, right? So, Sherwin Williams, I can't stop calling them name, right? It's advertisement, but I don't care. Sherwin Williams was the forerunner. They 10 years they stay with the program, right? Sir Forbes and Sir Williams, right? Even when things are going bad, they're stuck in there with it, and that's what created the pathway for our girls to get scholarship because of that league. A lot of them came out of it. A lot of them came out of it. So I don't know. I just say I don't care who wins. I might say I want this person or that person to win. My crickets and myself, they will end up on good terms, right? Because I know what he did. But it's just my own, just just maybe a biased thing if I say I want Anderson to win, But I'm hoping that people who have the voting rights, Eddie, look at the not what they can gain from it, but how we can develop the game in Jamaica. I think that's where we're lacking. You're voting because you can get a trip. And you're voting because you can do it, and not about how do we develop
not about
the
the football. Yeah.
Yeah. That must be first and foremost on their mind when they put them finger in the ink to vote. And sadly, I don't think that's what it boils down to for them. Sadly.
All right, folks. I guess we can end it there. I want to thank Coach Vin Blaine for joining me. Always a pleasure talking to Mr. Blaine. And I want to wish you all the best for 2024. Especially at U.S. Virgin Islands with the football program.
Yeah, man.
Hope you do well, but not as good as Jamaica.
Thanks, Eddie. I hope I do enough that I can come with an under 15 team and even draw a game.
Right.
It's a pleasure. Always a pleasure talking to you, Eddie. I love your demeanor when you're on the program. Good questions. Very, very good questions you're asking, and I hope we'll have, as always, no matter what you do, we have people who are critical of what you say and what you do. But it comes with the turf. It comes with it. So I would love to just tell the people there that football is bigger than any one person. And if it only can get that way if we, as an associate, and I'm saying we now, JFF, decide to concentrate on development instead of but why you're voting, what your parish can get. That's what it is. How you're giving me, what you're giving me for my parish. It's not about how you can, in your parish, can develop the game. Right? I want each of them to decide. Each parish president must come out of this, Eddie, and say, we are going to start an under 15 female women's program now in a serious way. They probably said they have it now. They probably said they have, but that having a team in a parish don't mean development. You as a parish have some rights, some responsibility to ensure that you're developing the game and not put on something free. Put on some free things, for the coaches too. Get the coaches some development program that they have to pay for, and get the coaching up to scratch. Right now, but you have done it a free for all. Every parish have some coaching certificate, and the coaching don't have anything to do afterwards. They don't even have a team. So that's my setting. I said enough, and I'll get a lot of feedback on it.
Yeah, let's hope.
Yeah, man. Nice
All right,
talking to you,
folks.
Eddie. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, no problem. Same here. All right, folks, that was Vin Blaine. I'm Eddie Gona. You know the drill. Always remember to like, share, and subscribe. We're out.